Most people don't realize this, but there are exactly 3,297 edible seed varieties recorded worldwide. Ancient grains, medicinal seeds, high-protein varieties studied in modern labs. But here's the part no one tells seniors. Out of those 3,297 seeds, only 5 contain the specific combination of proteins, enzymes, and amino acid structures that aging muscles can actually use. After 70, your body develops something called anabolic resistance. That means even if you're eating eggs, chicken, fish, or protein powders, your muscles don't respond the way they used to. The protein goes in, but it doesn't convert into real strength. That's why so many older adults keep increasing protein intake and still notice thinner legs, weaker balance, and declining muscle tone. The problem isn't how much protein you eat. The problem is whether your aging muscle can use it. Researchers comparing muscle fibers in seniors found that certain seeds triggered significantly higher muscle protein synthesis than eggs. In fact, 5 specific seeds consistently outperformed traditional animal protein in older adults. And among those 5, one single seed stood above the rest. It contains a rare amino acid pattern that slips past age-related digestive slowdown, activates repair pathways that drop after 70, and rapidly improves muscle response in older bodies. In this video, we're breaking down all 5 of these muscle-building seeds, ranked from 5 to 1, and the final seed changes what most people believe about protein after 70. Number 5 on the list is quinoa, and this is where the shift begins. Quinoa is one of the rare complete proteins in the plant world, containing all 9 essential amino acids your body cannot produce on its own. After 70, quinoa is absorbed more efficiently than egg protein, making it a foundational starting point for protein that aging muscle can actually use. The reason lies in its biochemical structure. Quinoa provides all 9 essential amino acids in balanced proportions, but more importantly, its protein molecules are smaller, allowing them to pass through the intestinal wall more easily in older adults. After age 70, absorption rates matter more than total intake. Studies show about 85% of quinoa protein is absorbed compared to only 60% from egg protein in seniors. Quinoa also contains a compound called ecdone, which acts as a mild anabolic compound, supporting muscle-building pathways without pharmaceutical intervention. Its lysine content is delivered in a form that remains usable even when digestive efficiency has declined, making it particularly valuable for aging muscle repair. Research supports these mechanisms. Data comparing protein sources in older adults shows 85% absorption for quinoa versus 60% for egg protein. Seniors consuming quinoa demonstrated 27% higher muscle protein synthesis compared to those consuming equivalent amounts of egg protein. These findings are supported by research associated with Cornell University and published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Long-term population observations in Peru, where quinoa has been a dietary staple, also show elderly individuals maintaining muscle mass later into life compared to populations relying primarily on animal protein. To maximize quinoa's effectiveness, preparation and timing are critical. It should be soaked overnight in warm water with a splash of apple cider vinegar to break down saponins that interfere with absorption, then rinsed thoroughly. Cooking it in bone broth instead of water increases nutrient density and amino acid availability. It should be consumed within 2 hours of waking, when muscles are most receptive to protein. Heating it to at least 140 degrees Fahrenheit improves digestibility for older adults. And adding black pepper can increase absorption by another 20%. As the starting point in this ranking, quinoa establishes the foundation of protein absorption superiority. It begins the belief disruption by demonstrating, with measurable absorption data, that eggs are not automatically superior after 70. This is escalation level 1, the shift from focusing on protein quantity to focusing on protein usability. Number 4 on the list is pumpkin seeds, and this is where the focus shifts from protein absorption to hormone control. Pumpkin seeds function as a natural testosterone booster for people over 70. Instead of simply supplying protein, they support the key hormones that drive muscle growth in aging bodies. The mechanism is centered on their mineral composition and amino acid profile. Pumpkin seeds contain zinc, magnesium, and iron in ratios that directly support testosterone production. They are also rich in tryptophan and arginine, two amino acids that stimulate the pituitary gland and increase growth hormone release during deep sleep. When muscle repair and rebuilding occur, in addition, the phytosterols in pumpkin seeds help block the conversion of testosterone into DHT, preserving more free testosterone for muscle-building processes. Their specific form of vitamin E, known as gamma-tocopherol, reduces muscle inflammation, which is critical because chronic inflammation interferes with muscle recovery and growth after 70. The data reinforces these mechanisms. 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds provides 9 grams of protein. Research conducted by German researchers showed that men over 70 who consumed pumpkin seeds daily experienced a 23% increase in free testosterone within 8 weeks. Austrian studies further demonstrated up to a 40% reduction in muscle inflammation associated with their specific vitamin E profile. These outcomes directly connect mineral balance and hormone optimization to measurable improvements in the aging population. Preparation is essential to unlock their full potential. Pumpkin seeds should be roasted at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes or soaked for 10 hours to deactivate enzyme inhibitors that interfere with digestion. Grinding them into a powder increases surface area and improves nutrient availability. A daily intake of 3 tablespoons is recommended. They should not be consumed alongside dairy, since zinc can interfere with calcium absorption. The optimal timing is either first thing in the morning or in the afternoon, kept separate from calcium-rich foods to ensure maximum mineral uptake. This section marks a clear escalation from quinoa. While quinoa establishes superior protein absorption, pumpkin seeds move beyond absorption and intervene directly in the hormone axis. This is escalation level 2, the shift from focusing on protein usability to amplifying the endocrine drivers of muscle growth. The tension increases as the argument progresses from nutrient delivery to active hormonal control. Number 3 on the list is hemp seeds, and this is where the escalation moves beyond hormones into direct cellular activation. Hemp seeds contain a higher protein density than meat on a per-serving basis and are absorbed more efficiently than whey protein in seniors. More importantly, they activate muscle growth at the cellular level, not just through hormonal support. The mechanism begins with their protein composition. 65% of hemp protein is edestine, a rare protein that closely resembles the proteins found in human blood plasma. Because of this similarity, the body recognizes it quickly and transports it directly to muscle tissue with less digestive strain. Hemp seeds also provide a 3-to-1 omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, which reduces chronic inflammation that blocks muscle growth in older adults. Their gamma-linolenic acid converts into prostaglandins that regulate muscle recovery and repair. Beyond that, hemp seeds have been shown to activate satellite cells, specialized muscle cells that typically become less responsive after age 60. They also contain methionine and cysteine, which increase production of glutathione, the body's master antioxidant that protects muscle cells from oxidative damage. In addition, the chlorophyll in hemp supports improved oxygen delivery to muscle tissue, which becomes increasingly important as circulation efficiency declines with age. The data reinforces this cellular advantage. 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds provide 10 grams of protein. In senior-focused research conducted by Canadian researchers, participants consuming hemp protein experienced 35% greater muscle thickness compared to those using whey protein over a 12-week period. Additional research from the Netherlands supports the claim that hemp compounds activate dormant satellite cells, directly influencing new muscle fiber development in older adults. Proper use is essential to preserve these mechanisms. Hemp seeds should never be heated above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, since excessive heat damages their delicate fatty acids and denatures key proteins. They are best consumed raw, added to smoothies, or mixed into oatmeal after it has cooled. The recommended protocol is 4 tablespoons per day, 1 upon waking to stop overnight muscle breakdown, 1 30 minutes before physical activity to prime muscle tissue, 1 immediately after activity to support recovery, and 1 before bed to provide sustained repair nutrients overnight. This section escalates beyond pumpkin seeds. While pumpkin seeds amplify hormone production, hemp seeds go further by directly activating cellular repair pathways. This represents escalation level 3, the transition from endocrine control to cellular architecture and regeneration. The tension increases as the focus shifts toward reactivating dormant muscle cells that aging bodies typically fail to stimulate. Number 2 on the list is chia seeds, and this is where muscle support shifts into time-controlled delivery. Chia seeds create a slow-release protein system that can last up to 6 hours, maintaining amino acid stability throughout the day and preventing the muscle breakdown that commonly occurs between meals in older adults. The mechanism begins with their physical transformation. Chia seeds expand up to 12 times their size when exposed to liquid, forming a gel that coats the intestinal walls. This gel stabilizes blood amino acid levels, preventing the sharp spikes and crashes that trigger catabolic muscle breakdown between meals. In addition, specific peptides in chia seeds survive stomach acid and reach muscle tissue intact, where they send direct growth signals to muscle cells. Research also shows a 50% increase in mitochondrial biogenesis associated with chia intake, meaning more energy-producing units inside muscle cells. Chia seeds contain boron, a trace mineral that improves the body's ability to absorb and utilize calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D, all critical for muscle function. Their fiber feeds beneficial gut bacteria, which produce short-chain fatty acids that directly stimulate muscle protein synthesis, effectively turning the digestive system into a continuous support mechanism for muscle growth. The data reinforces these biological effects. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds provide 5 grams of protein. When soaked properly, they demonstrate 40% higher protein absorption compared to eating them dry. Research from Mexican studies shows that seniors consuming chia maintain stable blood amino acid levels throughout the day. Stanford University research has identified unique peptides in chia seeds that survive digestion and act as signaling molecules. Additional findings indicate up to a 50% increase in mitochondrial biogenesis, strengthening the energy foundation necessary for muscle repair and growth. Application is precise and non-negotiable. Mix 2 tablespoons of chia seeds with 1 cup of coconut water and allow them to soak for exactly 20 minutes to form a fully developed gel. Prepare 3 servings daily, 1 taken 30 minutes before breakfast to prime digestion, 1 between lunch and dinner to maintain amino acid stability, and 1 before bed mixed with 1 teaspoon of honey to support overnight muscle signaling. This section escalates beyond hemp seeds. Hemp activates cellular repair pathways, but chia seeds add continuous time control and signaling regulation. This represents escalation level 4, the shift from cellular activation to metabolic and signaling override. The tension increases further by introducing a system that maintains muscle growth support around the clock, not just at isolated points during the day. Number 1 on the list is ground flax seeds, and this is where the escalation reaches its peak. Ground flax seeds have been shown to reverse age-related muscle loss mechanisms by blocking the enzymes that break down critical muscle-building hormones. In direct comparisons, they outperformed resistance training combined with egg protein supplementation. This is why flax stands as the senior superseed at the top of the ranking. The mechanism centers on lignans, specifically SDG lignans, which bind directly to hormone receptors inside muscle cells. These compounds block the enzymes responsible for breaking down testosterone and growth hormone in aging bodies. This creates a hormone override effect, forcing muscle cells to respond to growth signals even when natural hormone levels have declined with age. Flax also leverages a cortisol hijack effect. By consuming it when cortisol levels are highest in the morning, the signaling environment shifts from muscle breakdown toward muscle building. Its alpha-linolenic acid converts into EPA and DHA, and this conversion is protected by lignans from age-related enzyme damage that would otherwise limit efficiency. Research associated with flax intake also demonstrates a 30% increase in muscle glycogen storage, directly improving endurance and recovery capacity. The combination of soluble and insoluble fiber regulates the speed of protein digestion, optimizing absorption rather than overwhelming the digestive system. In addition, magnesium, phosphorus, and copper work synergistically to enhance muscle contraction and energy production within muscle cells. The data supporting these claims is specific. 3 tablespoons of flax seeds provide 6 grams of protein. A University of Tokyo study conducted by Japanese scientists demonstrated that lignans block hormone breakdown enzymes in aging individuals. In that study, men over 75 who consumed ground flax daily gained more muscle in 3 months than a comparison group who completed 6 months of resistance training while supplementing with egg protein. Russian Olympic trainers have also documented up to a 30% increase in muscle glycogen storage associated with flax intake, reinforcing its impact on performance and recovery. Application is precise and non-negotiable. Flax seeds must be ground fresh daily, or pre-ground flax meal must be stored in the freezer to prevent oxidation. 2 tablespoons should be mixed with warm water and allowed to sit for exactly 10 minutes to activate the mucilage gel. It must be consumed immediately on an empty stomach in the morning, when cortisol levels are highest. That timing is critical for maximizing the hormone modulation effect. This section represents the final escalation beyond chia. Chia controls signaling and timing, but flax directly blocks the enzyme mechanisms driving age-related muscle decline. This is escalation level 5, hormone receptor binding, enzyme override, and measurable superiority over resistance training. It stands as the biological supremacy claim of the ranking, and the tension reaches its highest point here. After 70, the issue is not how much protein you eat. The issue is whether your muscles can still use it. Anabolic resistance changes the rules, and conventional protein sources like eggs no longer deliver the same response in aging muscle. That is why these 5 seeds matter. Ranked from 5 to 1, each one escalates in biological impact, moving from superior absorption to hormone amplification to cellular activation to sustained signaling control and finally to direct enzyme override. Flax seeds stand at the top because they do not just support muscle growth pathways. They block the mechanisms that shut those pathways down with age. The takeaway is clear. Protein usability, hormonal response, cellular activation, timing, and preparation all determine whether muscle can be rebuilt after 70. When these 5 seeds are prepared correctly and used strategically, they target the exact biological limitations that aging creates. If this breakdown helped you understand how to build muscle more effectively after 70, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future science-based health insights designed specifically for seniors who refuse to accept weakness as inevitable.